What's good, YouTube? Masex back with another video. I know it's been a while. Been a few weeks since the last upload, and I've been itching to get back on here, so I'm definitely happy. So today we're looking at my top 5 wide receivers, and it's mid-February. We still haven't done the combine. We had the Senior Bowl a few weeks ago from the time of this recording. I'm happy to be back nonetheless. I'm just going to go right into the intro. Y'all already know, man. Hit the like button. Support your boy. If you new, subscribe to your boy, man. It's all good, man. Let's have some fun. Let's look at these wide receivers and let's see what y'all think. And without further ado, let's get to it. As usual, we're starting at number 5, working to my number 1 prospect for the draft. And at number 5, we got Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. Listed at 6'2", 210 pounds. Had an excellent year. He's what you call a super senior. He is one of the older receivers in this class. Got it out the muds, 2-star recruit according to 24/7. Started his journey at Louisiana Tech, where he spent his first 2 years. Last 2 years, he's been in the SEC doing his thing for Ole Miss. Greatly improved his stock. 6th in PFF for his position. And his last 2 years with Ole Miss, 114 catches, over 2,000 yards, 15 scores. And I like Trey Harris, and he's in my top 5 because he does a lot of things well. He's great at the catch point, displays exceptional body control. He's an outside X receiver. That's what I believe he's projected as. And that's what I see him as. With his size, 6'2", 210 pounds is what he's listed at. Separation isn't his strong suit. He's a bigger receiver. And if you're not the biggest separator, you have to have other things in your game that's going to allow you to excel. Like, for example, the ball's in the air. He's going to box you out, especially the smaller corners, like a power forward attempting to grab an offensive or defensive rebound. He's an elite ball tracker. I like his ball tracking skills. That makes him a deep threat. And when you combine that with being a 50-50 specialist, I think that's a great combination. He's played 5 years in college football. I think he has a pretty decent awareness of what's going on offense. Obviously, the next level is the next level, but he's a high floor guy, in my opinion, that could come out the gate and have a solid rookie year that progresses there forward. Moving on up to number 4, we got Matthew Golden out of the University of Texas, listed at 5'11", 195 pounds. Originally a Houston Cougar, where he spent his first 2 years. This past year, his true junior year, did his thing for Texas. Very impressive understanding of route tempo. I think that's the first thing that popped off the tape to me. Very crafty, ankle breaker, and masterfully manipulates his gears to set up his breaks and separation. He has really good awareness, understands route concepts against man and zone. Matthew Golden is a highlight reel. If you look at highlights alone, I damn near think Matthew Golden would probably be the number 1 ranked receiver prospect coming into this draft. His hands, hands are nasty. He's a natural hands catcher. Throw the ball in the air and he's going to do something crazy or acrobatic when it's in the air. Kind of reminds me of Odell Beckham, and of course I'm not by any means saying he's an Odell Beckham prospect, but Matthew Golden reminds me of a young Odell, the way he runs routes and the spectacular catch rating. He's very competitive. Either he's going to get it or nobody's going to get it. And you really like that because he's not the biggest receiver. He's under 6 foot. He's likely under 200 pounds. He's listed under 200 pounds, so he's likely under 200 pounds, but to play so physical for his frame, you gotta love that. Honestly, I went back and forth with him in number 3 for a while, actually, and part of me still might reconsider swapping. I think he may have the highest ceiling of all the wide receivers in this class. To me, he's an outside X projection. I can see him as a wide receiver 1 at the next level if he really taps into his potential. I definitely don't like the blocking. I want to see more effort, more specifically sustaining the blocks, keeping that drive, just as much passion as he has in his routes. I want to see that in his blocking. But Matthew Golden has the highest ceiling of this class. Trust me. Number 3, the guy that took me almost half a day going back and forth with Matthew Golden, is none other than Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State, listed at 6'1", 205 pounds, 61st in PFF, solid score rating. Now, Emeka Egbuka's been talked about by me the most of any receiver on this entire video the last 2 years, I believe. Last year, he was in a few of my ranking videos because we weren't sure if he was going to come out as a true junior. Now in his true senior year, revived his stock a little bit, as a lot of players did, if we're being honest, in the college football playoff. But just overall throughout the season, Egbuka, very solid. Burst into the scenes back in 2022 as a true sophomore with CJ Stroud, playing opposite of Marvin Harrison Jr. as well, by the way. 74 catches, almost 1,200 yards, double-digit receiving touchdowns. And Egbuka's what you call, in my words, a technician. Not necessarily the flashiest guy. He doesn't have elite athletic traits, but he gets the job done. He's a true route running connoisseur. He's a separator. Head fakes, tempo. He has the size at over 200 pounds, 6 foot tall, to play physical if he needs to. Above average short area quickness, very good after the catch as well. You throw him a short little dig route, he can go get you the rest and get you that first down. I like Egbuka because the resume's there. He's been elite, and he's been elite with other NFL caliber wide receivers in the room, and I really like that. He's like a bigger Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's a little bit faster too when we talk straight line speed. He's a slot receiver at the next level. I don't want to say exclusively slot, but he is a primary slot receiver. If you play fantasy football and he's utilized and is in a really good system, he's going to be a PPR machine. All right, my top two now. Top two is pretty much the consensus for the most part, but I don't want to give too much away. Now, let's go ahead and just get to it. Luther Burden is number 2 from Missouri, listed at 5'10", about 210 pounds is what he's listed at. Solid junior year. Some would say he didn't necessarily take that next step from his sophomore year, but 61 catches, almost 700 yards, 6 receiving touchdowns in the SEC's nothing to sneeze at. Former 5-star recruit. Luther Burden, I've been talking about since last summer, if we being honest. You're going to hear the Deebo Samuel comparisons. He's a run after catch machine. He's the best run after catch, or what they call yak, receiver in this entire draft, to my opinion. But he's not just a gadget player. If he was, he wouldn't be on most people's top 3 for the position, because he can create separation in his routes. I've watched him run a route tree. He's very twitchy. He has reliable hands. Intermediate passes, long passes over 20 yards. He had an 86% catch rate last year, and he does provide scheme versatility because I can see him in the slot, but like I said, he's not a gadget player. He can line up out wide, and I think that he'll do that at the next level. He's a multi-role receiver. I'm not going to say he's an X, but I'm not going to say he's a slot. But I do feel, just like with pretty much most players, if he's put in the right system with a really creative offensive coordinator, this dude could really be a problem and be one of those under the radar guys that we're like, damn, how did he slip to the late first, which is what he's projected to be at, anywhere from 18 to about 29 on most mock drafts I'm seeing that. He's somebody talented enough where 3-4 years from now, we're asking, how the hell did he slip all the way into the 20s? And last but not least, we got Tet McMillan out of Arizona, listed at 6'5", 206 pounds, 86 catches, over 1,300 yards, 8 scores in the Arizona offense that you wouldn't necessarily say elite. To me, the outside alpha X receiver, I think he's a legit 6'4" with shoes off, very tall, very lanky, and more explosive than you think with somebody that tall. He's not Mike Evans, though he's a lot slimmer than Mike Evans was even coming out of college. But he has some twitch, he has separation ability, and I think that he can play in the slot as well. But he's going to be on the outside. Excellent catch radius. Run after the catch is very underrated with Tet McMillan. You don't think of guys 6'4", 6'5" being yak type of receivers. There is the realm of possibility where he can have a lot of explosive plays if put in the right system. I think that that's very underrated for him. On most position boards, you're going to see him universally in the top 3. There is a reality where he's a top 10 pick, but his medium draft range is anywhere from about 10 to to 17, I think he will be the first true wide receiver. And I think overall, he's going to come in his rookie year and have a pretty good impact. I think he's a rookie of the year candidate. That's how good that I view him. I think he has a solid floor, but an extremely high ceiling. 6'5" receivers with his skill set and his movement do not grow on trees, and I'm very excited to see him, and that's why Tet's my #1 receiver in this class. All right, there you have it. These are my top 5 receivers for the 2025 draft class. The elephant in the room probably for a lot of people is where the hell is Travis Hunter? Travis Hunter, if you watch previous videos, you guys know I'm very high on Travis Hunter. The reason why I didn't have him in this video is because it's been confirmed since the last video that I made with the quarterback that Travis Hunter is attending the combine listed as a defensive back. Now, of course, I'm still expecting him to play on offense in some capacity, even as his rookie year, but he's listed as a corner. For me, I just felt that I needed to put 5 true wide receivers, full-time wide receivers on this list. But for those that's watched my videos, you guys know I rock with Travis Hunter. I hope I didn't say Travis Porter a little bit earlier. I don't really feel like going back and editing that part, but if you made it this far in the video, I deeply appreciate it. Been about 2 weeks from the last video. Like I said, apologize for that. Got real busy in my day in life, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all guys go. Support your boy, subscribe, like the video, man. You know it goes a long way. I'll see y'all in the next video. We got the running backs coming up here soon. And with that said, I'm out of here.